Hey Blade HQ, this is Tyler, Braden. We're out here doing a winter camp and we're going to do some field testing of the Fallkniven blades. That guy right there, the A1 and the F1. We're going to set up our tent. We're going to go in with this ski poke we've got here. We'll do some hunting. Maybe we can find some squirrels, make some traps, and see if we can trap some beaver and bring you along with us.
So the key to winter camping is bringing the right gear. What that means is getting gear that has good insulation and good waterproof attributes.
So we found a flat area, got some tree coverage. We're gonna clear out the snow, set up the tent, and grab some firewood.
So in this area right here, we're gonna be clearing out the snow, putting down some spruce boughs so we can set up our ultralight teepee.
So I didn't want to have this knife on my belt because I don't have an external belt. I want access to it. I can get a belt or I can just make this little sling. So I made a sling and I just put a hitch right here so it won't slide up and down the rope. Tied a grapevine right here so that I can adjust it. I can make it smaller or larger. Put it right there in my armpit. And now when I move around, I can just access my knife, pulling it out just like that. So this is evidence that there's beaver in the area. It kind of looks like an aggressive Boy Scout, but the way that you can tell is there's these little lines. You'll see these they're basically teeth marks. They look like little scrape marks right along there, and that is a beaver that's taking this tree down. Oh yeah.
Here we've got more of these teeth marks right here. And this is a green piece. It looks like it's been taken really recently. Apart from that, about 20 feet away, we've got a beaver dam and some mud spots on it. So we'll be looking there in a second.
There's a beaver lodge behind me. This is a little run where they go up and over from one level to the next, and it's a great place for a snare. So I'm going to set my cable up, got my little tag so I'm legal. I'm going to run my snare right here. What I'm trying to do is make the bottom of that snare hang up just enough so that the animal doesn't step over it. As long as they go sneaking through and grab on that, that'll tighten them right down. All right, so this knife, we're going to talk just a little bit about sharpening it in the field. Now, because it's a convex knife, or a convex grind, essentially convex is that it goes up and kind of to a point like this. So when you sharpen that, you can either use a stone where you push and carve away from it, or better yet, you can just use a piece of leather. Now I have my hatchet we've been using all weekend long here. And what I'm gonna do is I could just sharpen it right on the leather. Instead, I'm going to sharpen it. This is called black magic. It's like jeweler's rouge. I'm just gonna rotate it like this. Just go away. Don't cut towards it. You'll slice the leather. Pull away from it. So that's all you really need to do to your knife after daily use, is just a quick touch up. I can use a belt, I can use a strap, whatever I want. I don't need the black magic, but it helps substantially. And then I just hit my edge like that, and it makes it razor sharp. Okay, so we want to give the knife just a little bit more use, so we're going to build a trap. So first thing that I need to do, get a log like this. It's a large log to baton, but as you can see, it's got a crack going down here. So I'm going to try to baton with the crack of the wood. This will be an outstanding test of the knife. I need a bigger batoning stick. Well, the last through the batoning stick. Run right into the knot. Yeah! And when you have a crazy sharp knife, it makes life easier. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. Pointy part. Crazy amount of leverage this way. This works like a figure 4 trap. This is a small version of this trap. Normally you need like a 6-foot long log in order to come up with enough weight. But we have the small version of this. It's got our hinge right here. This is the trigger stick. You put your bait right here. Okay, so what's going to happen is the pressure down on that bait after the animal runs up to the 2 poles will cause this stick to drop, and it triggers the whole trap. Get yourself. Throw. Okay, so there's some fresh snow here. You can tell that this is a good location. The beaver just didn't travel through it. He did travel over there, he just didn't move into this lower pond, so still a good spot. We would leave it a little bit longer, but today we were short for time, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the snare, which is right here.
These Fallkniven knives worked great for this trip. They have a crazy sharp convex grind that stayed sharp through the whole time. The grip fits very well in my hand. The 3G steel is incredibly strong and sharp. And of all the blades I've ever demoed, I think this might be the best bushcraft knife I've ever used.